Okay, guys, welcome. An evening's live exclusive. I promised I'm gonna be here. A whole lot ongoing in the African entertainment, the Omah Lay issue, the Omah Lay, saga ongoing in my country. It is what it is, but I'm here to touch on it. Like I do all this while. I'm here to touch on it. All right. So if you join, let's have a conversation. All right. If you join, let's have a conversation. If you join, let's have a conversation. If you join, let's have a conversation. All right. Let's have a conversation now, Omah Lay. You know, share the video. As soon as you join, share the video to a friend. Have some guests join us as time goes on. Ghana, they rant about Omah Lay. But before I do that, congratulations to the Super Eagles. Gabon didn't do well by equalizing because, the Gabon equalizer infuriated the of Super Eagles, and then the Super Eagles Woto. So it's a 4-1 win for Nigeria. They've made it to the final. Maybe Nigeria will meet. It's not maybe, it's a fact. Nigeria will meet Cameroon. So it will be a playoff final between Cameroon and Nigeria.
Winning now? Because I'm not following. Is Cameroon winning now?
Yeah, that's. I'm not following. I know they play after Nigeria, but I'm not following yet.
I started watching it, but my kids, were going to bed, so I didn't want to disturb them. I had to leave the space where the TV was.
Okay. DR Congo is a stubborn side, but I know it's definitely going to be Cameroon, Nigeria. And it's going to be a border kind of, border to border kind of match. What's your take on that, Senior?
Well, Cameroon is not a side to overlook. They're a very good side. However, in recent times, teams have not performed at their optimal level. Both Nigeria, although the last two games Nigeria has played have been exceptionally good. And well, I'm here to see what Cameroon brings onto the table.
But I'm interested. It's an interesting phenomenon seeing Eric Chelle at the realm of affairs and the helm of affairs, and then Nigeria is yet to lose a match. What delayed this appointment? I think he should have been appointed earlier.
Well, Nigeria, like every other African country, we are impatient and intemperate when it comes to selection of head coaches. If you check the history of Nigeria, you would see that we have had a long list of coaches. This one does not meet expectation. He gets the boots. The next one comes. You understand? So I think at this point, they're just trying to be cautious. So that's what I can say about that.
Okay. All right. That's just by the way, guys. Congratulations to the Super Eagles once again. I think if Nigeria win the finals, automatically I feel they are going to qualify because these Panama and these,
1 minute, please. 1 minute.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. These Panama and then these mid-country teams, they are not teams that will basically, have any effect on Nigeria. So, guys, welcome. All right. If you want to join, you click the link and then you join. And let's do the needful. We are discussing Omah Lay's feature. Omah Lay is supposed to perform in Ghana. Taste of culture event in Ghana. And as usual, a whole lot of concerns coming from my Ghana people, These are some of the things we seek to discuss here, and then sometimes we discuss it and want fairness to happen. The question and the order of the day is that, Ghanaians want to enjoy it same as Nigeria. They feel like Ghanaian artists are not basically featured on shows in Nigeria or are not headlining shows in Nigeria. So it has brought about this uneasiness when currently they see a Nigerian, adding up to an event or being a headline artist. Now, another problem is with the fact that they feel that since it's a government or government organized event, then the government should channel the taxpayers' money to a Ghanaian. These are some of the narratives that have been shared by Ghanaians. But I have my share. Let me make my share before I invite my senior bro in. I feel like we are treating music like it's a brother and sister thing. We are treating music like in my country, it's something where Ghanaians feel okay, Nigerian music is on our airwaves, so same should be done. But we forget that Nigerians have worked their way to our airwaves. They did not sit in the comfort of their homes and say, okay, Ghana and Nigeria will be brothers, so automatically Ghanaians will play our songs. That kind of thing where Ghanaians are feeling the same thing. It's hard work. I remember back in the days when Nigerian artists were visiting Ghana, we saw it like they came here to learn their unpopular narrative, but they were here to push their music. That was like 20, 15 years ago, if I recall, if I'm right. They came for a purpose. They came to push their music. And now Nigerians don't need to even push their music here. Although they push, but I feel like they don't need to push their music here because they've done the work of already. Unlike Ghana, who currently we feel like, oh, Ghana, Nigeria, we are brothers now. So why are Nigerians not playing our songs? Why are Nigerians not making us headline artists? The question of the day is that, are we doing songs and promoting ourselves, even in the quarter of West Africa, to merit us featuring on shows? And nobody will put you on a show because at the end of it all, that's my personal opinion, it's money. They don't just put you there because it's a brother and sister thing. Somebody puts in money or pushes in money to organize an event, pumps in a lot of money, and wants someone who headline the event and give them the needed returns. So it's not all these, or it's not the usual Ghana gimmicks where it has to be given to us by hook or crook. We need to work towards it. We need to work our music to the African space. We need to work our music. I feel West Africa should be our first point of call. But until then, these kind of things are our emotions coming up because Omah Lay has a huge fan base. I'm telling you, a lot of Ghanaians know Omah Lay's music. I'm telling you for a fact. And it's factual. So it is what it is. That is what we are discussing. This is my brief. I will add more as time goes on, my brief editorial about it. Senior, let's look at Omah Lay coming to be part of Taste of Culture and the rants. I know you've read some about Ghana saying that, oh, the taxpayers' money should automatically stay in Ghana and all these things. Is this the kind of emotional outlook we need for our space, or we are just blowing things out of proportion?
Thank you very much for having me. What I see as the problem is that there is a deep-seated animosity, towards the Nigerian culture in the Ghanaian system, and it has been fueled by the media minders in Ghana. They have not been very professional over time. They have pushed narratives that are quite dangerous. So unfortunately, people consume these things, and it has become what has shaped the perception of the audience. Hence, we're here today where anytime and every time a Nigerian is in question, or rather a Nigerian is at the forefront, there is banter, there is criticism, there is comparison, and some akin to bad blood, you get. And this is distasteful. If my memory serves me right, you remember that the height of it all was like 2 years ago, last year. I think that saw a period where you had a lot of Ghanaian YouTubers. A lot of people started creating content, And if you move from one to the other to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, there is one topic. Why are Nigerians doing better than Ghanaians? So it became the airways became saturated with such kind of news, and for us, it became a source of entertainment because we were we were amused by the kind of content, seeing people talk about us. You get seeing people talk about us. Okay, oh, it's our topic again. Oh, they're talking about us again. So, and it seemed like people harped on it, or rather, the creators harped on it because they saw that they were getting engagements. You go to the comment section and you see, stop talking about us, don't compare us to yourselves, and all those kind of things. So they were happy. It earned them engagement, but at the same time, just as the just as you were getting audience from people, the people you were talking about, the actors in quotes. When I say actors, I mean the entertainers, the artists. Mind you, it's social media. They see all these things too. They see.
Yeah.
So from there on, the relationship started to wane without firing a shot from the Nigerian side. We don't get to hear maybe um, Burner Boy comes out to say, "Don't talk about me," or you don't hear Davido, you don't hear Risky, you don't hear anybody coming out to refute those things. But
Mm.
still, there have been responses, and the response is that okay, because we have had some sort of healthy relationship. So this sort of um, treatment or response is coming from your end. Hence,
Mm.
we're having this kind of responses coming from your end. So therefore, let's do our thing our way. Let's focus on our craft and forget about you. So that is what has happened now. Unfortunately, it is not the fault of the creatives in Ghana. No, it is the fault of those people who are farming engagements, those YouTubers who are farming engagement, those Facebookers,
Mm.
TikTokers, farming engagement, clickbaits, things like that. Everybody is a
Mm.
YouTuber, everybody is a content creator, everybody wants to engage. Now, you talk, what you have done successfully is that you have created discord between two countries. Now, and and again, you have created the perception in our minds that you people hate us, and there's nothing you can do to erase that. And the people you are talking about too, they know, they hear, they see. So how can you now? It has gotten to the point where there's hardly do you see collaborations between Nigeria and Ghana. Hardly, hardly. So it is what your people have. Sorry, let me when I advisedly though, it is what the Ghanaian YouTubers have done. They have done a great deal of damage. And I think this year has been so good. The people like Sammy Flex, Kojo Sheldon.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, senior. The network is fidgeting a bit. Can you drop and come back again?
My own network. I can hear you clearly.
Can you drop and request for me to add you again? Your network is on. You can hear me now. Guys, sorry, there was some network issues, but I'm back. Um, uh, Abdul Suleiman will join us. Yes, yeah, he's with us. I'm back here. Sorry for any inconvenience. Sorry, guys. I'm back, guys. Senior, you can request and join again. Sorry, the network was terrible. I think it's from my end. It was terrible, so I had to refresh my router. So I'm back. Sorry, guys. I would wish my big bro, Senior Abdullah, will request for me to add him up again. Sorry for the inconvenience. We are having a conversation about the Omah Lay issue, and I feel we need to discuss it a lot more. So sorry for one or two mishap. Let me request for Senior to join again. Hold on. Yeah. Senior, kindly request again. If you're on the live session, request again. I wanted to send you a message, but I've seen that you are requesting, so I stopped. Kindly request on the screen again, and let me add you up so that we humbly continue with the conversation. Senior. Yes, guys, we are discussing Omah Lay's issue. Big problem, in my country. I want us to have diverse opinions. Like I said, you can also request and join up the conversation, share the video, share the live. Okay, share the live link to, and let's do this. Senior, sorry, there was some hitches here from our end. It was from my end. So kindly carry on with your narrative. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So I was saying earlier,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
these audience farming. I'm echoing. I don't know why. You're frozen. You're frozen. I think your network is bad.
I don't know if the network disturbance is from my end. I don't know. I just refreshed my router, my Wi-Fi. I don't know if it's from my end or it's coming from my network. I don't know. It's affected our live session today. Sorry about that, guys. Apologies for that. Let's try. Let's keep trying. I don't know if it's from my. I think the network issue is from my end. Sorry about that. Trying to refresh, but I don't know what was going on. So I think it's clear now. Kindly continue and let's see how things will go. Sorry about that.
There's too much echo. That's the problem I have.
Senior, can you hear
Can you
me?
hear me? I can't hear you.
Okay. Kindly talk and let me see if it's from my end.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but there are some hitches with my network. I don't know. Yeah, I can hear you, but it's fidget there.
Is
Your
it better now?
your speech is fidgeting.
Mm.
I don't know. Yeah. Guys, I think I'm having network issues. I don't know why. Um, uh, Sorry about that. I wish to apologize again. Everything is on point. The connection between myself and my senior bro is the problem. When it's myself and when it's working, I think it's from my
Once I
end
come out,
because
it
it's
starts to echo.
8:40 here in Ghana, and this is the major time where people are online. So, senior, kindly talk and let me hear.
It's echoing. It's echoing back.
Let me mute my mic and see.
Mute your mic. Now, okay, we can manage. Although it's still echoing. Excuse me. So as I was saying, yeah, the engagement of YouTubers from the other end have been damaging, actually, to say the least. And like I said, this year has been quite good. People like Sammy Flop, Kojo Sheldon, and TV3 or T3 Music people, they are really toned down on the comparison and all these rhetorics that they do. So, but now what we see is that anytime, like when the I think December flyer for December came out, and they saw that Shakira was on it. There was this uproar as well. Now it's Omah Lay. There's uproar again. And I watched quite a number of videos concerning this thing. I think one King Media, those folks, in fact, the super lady was saying that um, if they needed an international artist, why didn't they bring American? Why Nigerian? So, and if you listen to what Ruthless said today, he mentioned that the problem is not that we are having people from international artists. The problem is that it is a Nigerian. You understand? So if one could make such a statement that why didn't they bring American? Why did they bring a Nigerian? That in itself reflects the sentiment that you see on the streets in reality. It reflects the sentiment. It shows that you don't care about whether Ghana brings somebody to its show to perform. Your problem is that it's the Nigerian. Why is Nigeria your problem? Why is Nigeria your problem? That's my question.
I think you see, the biggest. I think you know, the success of Nigeria. I don't know what's doing to Ghana. I don't know. Personally, I feel like we are not taking music as a business. We want Nigerians to do what they are enjoying for us, as in airplay. So we want our artists to enjoy what Nigerians are enjoying. But on the flip side, we don't know that it's hard work. They are pushing in money. They are putting in a lot to make their music worth it. So okay, so now we see Nigerian artists on a or in a space headlining event, and then we want to sound sentimental, bring on board the fact that we don't headline events in Nigeria and they want to headline events here. So why? So it's the problem. It's Nigeria the problem that our brothers are moving, they are making it, and they are not taking us along. Meanwhile, I said it in one of my videos. You jab them, and like you also said, they are watching. They listen to the whole narrative. They watch everything. And until we see music as a business, more than we enjoying everything for free, okay, Nigerians, but ourselves and you, we are brothers, so play our songs. Nigerians, we are this, play our song. We see music as an emotion. It should be a relationship. Our money should not go in. So we feel that we are playing Nigerian songs, not relative to the fact that it is because they've promoted themselves. And I think that is the thinking capacity of Ghanaians. That's my opinion.
It's not emotional. It's not straight by butter. You play my song, I play your song. No. It's about the power of marketing. It's about the power of branding. It's about the power of influence. One thing people need to understand is that Nigeria is a big influence in Africa, if not the biggest influence. and it's an emerging influence in the world at the moment. Yes, Nigeria is an emerging influence. Everybody, either for bad or for good, everybody talks about Nigeria, either for bad or good. So how would you want to compare? I think from 3, 4 years ago, so I had an interview with Fastic, where he said that Nigeria is a strong brand. Until you are able to elevate your country to that level, to that brand level, you cannot compete. Okay, tell me, how do you want? If competition is what you have at the back of your mind, then failure will continue to be what you will see. Why? Because you cannot compete. I believe strongly that the Ghanaian music industry is doing very, very, very well. But because they have benchmarked the Nigerian success as their goal, so it is frustrating that they are not meeting it. That's the problem. So envy has set them. Simple.
That's quite an interesting one. We discussed the Ashake one. The Ashake one was also a problem, but it wasn't much. The Ghanaians didn't rant like this one because it is what it is. Like I said previously, Omah Lay's song is well known, and the people gathered there are gonna sing Omah Lay's song word for word. Now, this one, let's discuss this one in totality. Who is doing the bidding of all these rants? Is it the industry players? I saw, like we were discussing, we had, we will force Grammy to nominate us, from DJ Slim, and then the current one of a live session which he's done, ranting about the fact that talking about the Grammy Awards is boring and a whole lot. The fixation on Grammy and the work we put in, does it make sense?
Well, I don't know what your goals are as an industry. I don't know as your Ghanaian music industry. I don't know what your goals are. But one thing I find very interesting is that of the 54 countries in Africa, huh, your country is the only one for the past 3 years now that comes out to say, why didn't they nominate us? Why didn't we get nomination? What are we doing wrong? What are we not doing right? Ghana is the only country I know that does that in the whole of Africa, 54 countries. In fact, in the whole world, no other country does that. Go and check the um, maybe social media space of every other country across Africa. You will not hear this kind of narrative or rhetorics. You know. But, okay, now before Ghana Boy won Grammy, before Ghana Boy and Whiskey won Grammy, was this a center stage discussion in Ghana? Simple question.
Okay, kindly repeat your question again.
Before Burna Boy and Whiskey won Grammy 4 years ago, I think, was this a center stage topic in Ghana?
Well, okay, I think basically, even if it's not escalated like today,
It
and
wasn't.
yes, it wasn't. But even if it was not escalated like today. Today is quite subversive.
Trust me, this year's rant is much less than that of last year. I remember very, very well. I remember very, very well. Everybody discussed it. Every major, sorry, Controco.
Go ahead, Opele.
Okay. Every major um, media persons discussed it last year with so much emotion and vehemence. You understand? As against
Yeah.
this year.
Mm.
I didn't forget.
Mm.
So it's shameful, actually, very shameful in
Mm.
the whole world. In the whole world, Ghana is the only country where people will come and
I think when they saw the Ugandan artist Eddie Makenzo, they were shocked.
Mhm. Even South Africa, hmm?
Come again.
Even South Africa,
Mm.
that has one of the most vibrant music industry in Africa.
Mm.
They don't do this.
Mm.
Your artists are not as big as South African artists.
Mm.
South Africa, after Nigeria, South Africa are the biggest. South African music industry is worth, is in its billions, but they don't do this. They have more superstars than Ghana. They don't come out to complain about Grammy. Ashake has had huge successes. People nominate him, he didn't cry. No Nigerian came out to cry. You know understand?
Yeah.
So what's this emotion about?
Were you shocked when you saw or when you heard Black Sherif saying that he submitted or he filed for Global Album of the Year? Were you shocked?
No, no.
Did he put in that work?
I think he did. I think he did. Black Cherry did well. The year under review, he has done very well.
Mm.
The Iron Boy album was a good one. Yeah, it may not have. Hmm? It may not have done so well, but it's a good album. He did well in Ghana, you know. So I wish Black Cherry did not do what he did. You understand? I wish Nigeria did not cancel him. And I'm being sincere about it.
Interesting. Well, it is the same people, same gatekeeping, same lifestyle that affected him. And the apology did not come. Maybe he's still standing by his own narrative and a whole lot. But do you see the what I read about DJ Slim? Do you see Ghana headlining a show or a Ghanaian artist who can headline a show currently in Nigeria?
Headlining a show
Yes, in
means that you are
Nigeria.
popular in that place.
Mm.
You understand? The music has
Yeah.
penetrated the fabric of that society. Which Ghana song do you know that is making waves in Nigeria?
Mm. Mm. That's
Tell me one.
that's impossible. That's I think as it stands now, it will still be Black Sheriff and the old Terminator and then maybe Sugar Kid. But currently, no.
None. None.
Yeah.
Take it to the max. It was very big. In fact, I heard it over the radio here in Finland. But they didn't make wave in Nigeria.
Because okay, let's discuss this one.
You
You shared a link
understand?
with me very educative link where the Minister of Tourism, you remember that video, saying that single-handedly Nigerians push their, themselves in the entertainment space, and now the government is thinking and considering coming on board. Now, in our space, they feel that the reason why Ghana music is not able to penetrate Nigeria is because Nigerians have segregated airplay to them enjoying 80% and then others enjoying 20%. Does it hold water? Does that narrative hold water from the Ghanaian entertainment space?
Those kind of narratives, best termed feel good, feel good. Feel good words. You know, you are trying to explain away because you have stuck in your mind. Huh? The echo is too much. What can we do to minimize the echo? The echo.
I actually don't know. I don't know if it's from my end, my network, but it's the same network I use every day. And I mute myself when a conversation is going on.
Okay, let me talk.
Okay.
So, what was I saying?
The 80-20%, airplay.
Yeah, that's just a convenient way of explaining away your inadequacy. Because you have set competition in your mind. And the benchmark you cannot meet. You have tried so hard, you are not meeting it. So you have to look for a way to explain away your inadequacy. You understand? And the best way to do it is to look for holes and talking points. So the talking point was they blocked their airspace. It's as simple as that. So how did Terminator enter our country?
The manager of Camido
was
he was smart enough to know that promotion is key. That guy really pumped money into Camido's promotion.
How did sugarcane enter our country?
Same.
How did second summer enter our country?
Same. They plugged the right connections.
How did what we call Farcodes how did they enter our country?
He plugged the right connections.
So you see that those claims are baseless. They are baseless. It's just an excuse. There's nothing the Ghanaian media minders, social media minders have not said. There's no outlandish excuse they have not made. There's anyone you can think of yourself. There was a time Nigeria was branded as the terrorist nation of the world. Sorry, what's it called? Scam capital of the world. But today, when you talk about Nigeria, you hear Afrobeat, all those are bullshit. And the sort of people who hear those kind of things from are people who should be old enough not to think like that. But because two things, when you have emotions, too much emotions, two, when you have set your mind at competition, you will always see yourself as a failure. You cannot meet up. So you must talk nonsense.
Interesting times ahead. I always pray that a new generation will come and change this whole narrative, but it is what it is. Guys, we are on a live session and we are having some network issues here and there, affecting the sound and everything. I don't know, but I think it's from my end. So it is what it is. You can join up in the bid not to, make this live session too hard and difficult for you to join. We are not going to take much of your time. We just wanted to add our voices to the Omah Lay issue, issues surrounding the Omah Lay, and then discuss it a lot more further. But it is what it is, we think it's not the right way. Music should you should spend to promote your music and a whole lot. So I think basically these are some of the things my Ghana people are not really getting in tune with. But we are trying as much to make this live session really worth it. Sorry for the hitches and then hiccups in the sound. And then I think it's network problems, but we'll try as much to do the needful. We'll not take much of your time. We just add some few minutes and then, it is what it is. The truth of the matter is that, Senior, with all these runs, the event will come on and it will be one of the most memorable events. Promoters are going to rake in their money. And then these headline artists Ghanaians are complaining about will give them a blockbuster of a performance which is different from what they experience in our space. Do you think it should go on, or promoters should pay a deaf ear and just look for their money, because at the end of it all, it's business?
If you ask me, as a biased Nigerian, sincerely, I don't want to make it. I'd wish that our creatives don't collaborate with creatives anymore. I'd wish so. And it's not coming from a bad place. It's coming from matching energy with energy, aura with aura. You cannot be insulting me and expect that I'll come and give you flowers. Exactly what Lucas said in his video this afternoon. He said that if he knows that he's not wanted in the place, he will not go there. You understand? So constantly you have shown me that you don't want me in your space. Because every time I stumble on content from your space, it is casting aspersion and diatribes at me. So how do you think I'm a stone? I don't have emotions. No. Every time, what are they doing right now? I don't know. Every time they stole this from us. In fact, up to that December. You understand? Every time. So what do you? So if you ask me, but of course these guys are two business minded. They are two businessmen. You don't give a hoot. Okay, Shebi, you are paying me. I've given you my bill. Oh yeah, pay the bill. Give me a private jet. I come and perform and I go. Okay. They get their money. Mm.
Okay, so welcome, Dr. Roland. I salute you, sir. Yes, I'm live. You can join up by clicking the link if you wish to share your in-depth opinion. I've had a conversation with you, and the kind of narratives you share are more in-depth. I feel we need to hear a lot more of that. So I salute you, Doctor. Okay. He's on a phone conversation. So Dr. Roland is with us. Yes, it's basically I'm actually going to Benin City during my trip because of Dr. Roland, and I hope I'm able to explore and give more beautiful. I've been told there are a lot more beautiful tourist sites about the Chief Palace and a whole lot. I've done some few research, and I wish to add more. But knowing that Dr. Roland is there, I know that I am gonna have enough fun. So I salute you, sir. Welcome, and you can join up by texting your conversation just as you did your opinion. Sorry, just as you did, Senior. The conversation is. I think he's becoming boring, even with our creatives. They are saying.
Your network is terrible.
Hi, Anopa. Hold on. Hello, Senior. Are you online with me? Are you here?
I'm here.
Can you hear me?
Clearly. I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me?
Those of you on the live session, sorry. Today's network is terrible, but we are trying as much to, add up the conversation. Okay, so for those of you who want to join, the link is there. Just click the link. Chris Zio is saying, "Let me in, sir." Just check the comment section. There is a link there. Click on the link, and then you are good to go. All right. So that's it. Let me paste the link once again. Let me paste the link here once again so that you can all, do the needful. Yeah. So that's the link. Those of you who want to join, that's the link. Click on it. It will come to the screen, and I'll add you up. So I'm awaiting. Okay, you're welcome. Kindly carry on with your narrative. Kindly carry on.
Oh, my talking points.
When we said
Hello?
you said you feel that Nigerian artists should not collaborate with Ghanaians because of the feedback they are getting.
Yeah, I ended already. I said everything I needed to say there.
Okay,
yeah,
so welcome.
that.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I said everything I needed. I gave you reasons. I said the things that the media minders are, spewing out there. They are quite helpful, and nobody would want to see that, something terrible is being said about the country, and we feel happy, and we still want to go collaborate. You get? So I said all those. So Omah Lay is there to get his money. Ashake will come and collect his money, and they will go. And that's the issue that the Ghanaians have. They feel that the government is spending taxpayers' money to pay foreigners, and the foreigners are Nigerian. But they wouldn't mind if the foreigners were American.
Hello, Senior. Hello. Hello. Welcome, Dr. Rowley.
Yeah, so can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me?
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Okay, it's well. Yeah, now when I call Niger, they'll just keep me on the phone forever, but it's well.
Okay, sir. So we are having Dr. Rowley. Are you still here?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, sir. So we are having a conversation about the Omah Lay issue. Omah Lay is set to perform in Ghana, but Ghanaians are complaining, or some Ghanaians are complaining about the fact that, it's a taxpayers' money and it's a government event. So they don't see the need why they are bringing a foreign artist like Omah Lay. they prefer, a homegrown Ghanaian artist, because government is organizing the event, then Nigerians don't allow Ghanaians to perform or headline events in Nigeria. As such, this whole confusion has come up. And I'm trying to add my voice to the fact that, it's not, music is business. It's not, like a brotherly, friendly kind of thing where you feel, because Ghana and Nigeria are brothers, promoters should spend money to put you at an event and not get anything in return, because they need to appeal to the fans. So, sir, what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, thank you very much. I usually always look on the big picture, or at the big picture of everything. It's sad that some Nigerians and some Ghanaians try to take this banter into reality. You know, um, I wish we can. I wish we can look beyond nationality and go further into our history together, because yes, the government might pay for it. It's an exhibition. I will consider it an exhibition to promote the local people who are going to be a part of it. And instead of standing against something like that, if I was a Ghanaian artist, I would look for a way to network. Yes, the relationship can be sour in some way, but if we go back into history, most part of the Nigerian kingdoms and the Ghanaian kingdoms across Togo, across Benin, we have a ton of history together before these colonial masters came and divided us. And we now allow that to stand in a way of what people like Dr. Nkrumah stood for, and some other people. So I really hope that we can go away from this nationalistic mindset and become more Afrocentric. So, because my own big picture view is always Pan-Africanism. Let's welcome each other. Whatever Ghana is good at, let them shine it. Whatever Nigeria is good at, let them shine it. Ethiopia, so that we can harness the best of each region, and then we can galvanize Africa to be one big family. That's how I always look at the big picture, because for me, if I'm going to make money, I'm not going to say because I don't like someone, I'm not going to do business with them. Hell no. So when something like this comes, I believe that from what I've been observing, in this area, I believe we need some matured Ghanaian promoters and producers to relate with Nigerians and other, yes, Nigeria, because we have the population and then we have the clout. Nigeria is like the star of Africa, just like Hollywood. Hollywood is like the star of the Western world. If you want to make it in Australia, you have to come to Hollywood. If you want to make it in Canada, you have to come to Hollywood. Even most British stars now. So I wish some matured Ghanaians can really begin to build a relationship, so that we can collaborate based on our common history and our common suffer that we suffer under colonial masters, instead of allowing the colonial masters the lines they drew to separate us. I'll just say that for right now.
Okay, sir. Thank you for your opinion. It's well noted. With what you said, it's an interesting one. On the other hand, my senior Abdul Suleiman was saying that, he sees the need, or he feels that Nigerian promoters or Nigerian musicians, should do away with collaborating with Ghanaian artists, because he feels, currently that Ghanaians are not according them with the needed, respect, as in no matter what Nigeria artists does for Ghanaians, they get criticisms on their airwaves. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I understand his sentiments. But you see, I try not to generalize. You're a Ghanaian. You're my brother. I have other Ghanaian brothers. Some that we roll together here and everything. So I will not say because 90% of Ghanaians slapped me, I will now stop dealing with the 10% that are treating me good, and vice versa. So what I would say is that we should try to live above some of these emotions and sentiments. Those of us who feel like we are Africans first, then let's do business on that level. Then by the time we have moved forward, the other ones, that they will be coming behind. It will be too late. So I would say that it's an individual thing. It's an individual thing. If I roll with you, man, but the Bible says there is a friend closer than a brother, which means someone from another tribe can even be closer to you because you roll together. You know what I mean? Yes, we are all birds, but eagles never roll with chickens, and chickens never roll with doves, and doves never roll So I might be an eagle in Nigeria, and you are an eagle in Ghana. We will roll together. So I would not say let's stop collaborating. I would just enjoin more Ghanaians to have an understanding of that, oneness more. And then if anyone is petty, let him go. Collaborate. There are some Ghanaians who are collaborating with Nigerians. Yes, right now it's not because I'm a Nigerian. Nigerian has accomplished it. I would suggest that other Africans should imitate if they want to accomplish the same area. And I'll give you an example. Let's assume Nigeria is good in pounded yam and they make it good and they're selling it. And then me, I'm good in Banku. I don't know how to sell it. I don't have to go and sell pounded yam. I can go and hang out and see how he is marketing his pounded yam. Then I will now introduce my Banku, even if I have to sit with him and say, hey, let's collaborate in this restaurant, so that we can reach bigger crowd. I know you have your menu. Let me introduce my Banku menu. Then we both shine together. Then at the end of the day, if we grow so big that we can't coexist, then I'm already established using that person's platform. You know what I mean? So that's basically how I feel. So yes, those who can collaborate can collaborate. Those who can't collaborate should just move on and just do their thing. And then no bones broken. That's how I
Okay.
feel.
Okay,
Instead
sir.
of generalizing and say all Ghanaians or all Nigeria, no, not be everybody. And some riffraffs where they both sides.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. You spoke about you having Ghanaian friends and some family being part of your day-to-day activity. Sorry. Tell us about your experiences with Ghanaians and some of these friends and the family you have. How's your experience like with them?
We are very good though. Okay, let me just give you an example. I'm in the US, right? And I just retired from the US military. I served with a lot of Africans. And I was privileged. I remember I was in a unit. It was about 17 Africans, 2 Ghanaians, 1 Congolese, and they were mostly Nigerians. And because I was the highest ranked, we could just gather our own. I'll just gather them. We just, when we have downtime, like when we go to the range, I'll gather them. We'll begin to talk our pidgin as we fit talk, and because the Spanish has. So we had to build that. When we are outside the continent of Africa, we don't have all this argument too. Where you see another guy will be African, you don't even care if he's Somalia. There's that identification. So we relate together. I have one of my master sergeants. He just retired back to Ghana. And I even have. I don't know. I told you about my other guy, the one that I told you that gave me the name. What's my name, Kojo? Because I was born
Yeah.
on Monday, right? He's
Yeah.
Kofi. Uh-huh. you know so when we live, it's just like this. Like if you go to Nigeria now, you find Igbos and Yorubas, and we have tribal misunderstanding within Nigeria. But then when we are outside Nigeria, my brother, when you see Igbo man or Hausa man, you say, where are you from? Kanu. My brother. We don't even remember all those local fights. So I believe most of this fight is done by people who have not really come out. You understand? We here, we help each other. If I move forward, I'll show you how I move forward. And then look at your own body. So now, so we go do them, And that's how I relate, you know, and that's how I even relate with you now. For example, a few days ago, you couldn't reach me, and you reached me again earlier today to make sure I was well, you know.
Yes, sir.
And that's so it be. So, but at the end of the day, I cannot roll with every Ghanaian. I don't even roll with all Nigerians. So now for us to pick where our niche day, we just hang our tent. We enjoy it. Then I'm still all about what would Nkrumah have said right now with all these things. And that is how I want every Ghanaian to look at it. You know, because I don't blame, it's not just Ghanaians. Yeah, we have Nigerians who are also having that narrow mindset. Like, yeah, anytime now, like for example, my guy that works at the U.S. Embassy in Ghana, he works there, and anytime he calls me, we'll just talk. He has bothered me, come and visit, come and visit. That's I go come, no worry, I will come. You know, so I just think we should first of all develop our own little relationships and then grow it. And then we grow our little niches. And then where my niche and another person's niche, another person's niche meet. Before you know, 5 people here, 10 people here, 15 people here, who will now be 30. And then we keep growing it. All this one of Omah Lay is coming to this thing. If it was Chris Brown, would they say that? If it was one white guy, would they say that? That is why I keep talking about us desensitizing ourselves from this colonial mentality. If not white person, we go they run following Janyash, like saying that this thing. You know. So I just I hope that maybe one day God gives some of us who have this broader mindset an audience to teach the world that this life is very short. Now, who you meet today, not block your blessing because you deform pride or you deform inferiority complex or anyhow, you know. And this is the same way I talk to Nigerians when we're talking about tribal stuff. It's the same way, you know. So that's how I go put on my brother.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for adding your opinion. I was having a conversation with Chief Onowu, who is also in the US, and then you mentioned the fact that the problem has to do with blacks. Sorry for my word, uniting.
Yeah.
There is a problem with us, uniting as a result of slave trade. Blacks, wherever you find a black community, there is some form of disunity. Nigeria's success is well known. It's relative. Everybody sees it, and it's everywhere. Wanting to achieve similar fate has brought about, one or two banters here and there. But the question of the day is that should Africa or should other Africans not learn from Nigeria's success rather than staying far away and throwing stones at them? Welcome back, Suleiman, Senior.
Thank you, boss.
Hey, Oga Suleiman, nice to meet you, my brother.
I greet you, sir. I've been listening to you. Well done, sir.
Okay, so let me repose the question again. The question is, I was having a conversation with another Nigerian in the US, and he was saying that wherever there is a black community, there are a lot of chaos, misunderstanding there. So the problem has to be with colonialism, which has affected us to fighting ourselves.
Sorry, TJ, I have to go. My phone is low. It actually went off earlier. So I'll be listening from my laptop. I'll join back soon.
Okay, sir. So like I said, is the problem with the colonialism, or we just don't want to see another person win? And Nigeria's success, can't other people learn from it and carve their own path rather than staying fixated on using that means to do all this non-needful stuff?
Wait, is anybody? Am I the only one here?
Suleiman has requested, and
okay. I don't want to monopolize the mic.
Okay.
But regarding that, right, I would say yes, I agree. You see, there is in slavery, there's something they called the field slave and the house slave. The field slave is the one that works in the field, is the one that receives most of the whooping, sun, and they are mostly dealing with the men who are disciplining them. And the house slave is the one that works inside the house or it cooks, and also the person go to chop you on small, small, and then takes care of and sometimes is the wench of the boss. So the house slaves started feeling more superior because that their superiority is what entitled them to that special treatment. So that is where the division came. you know so that's how I will explain that. So it's the same thing that's still happening in every of our society, where the elites behave like the colonial masters. So, and that is the aim of the colonial master, and it's all a mental takeover you know but when it comes to Nigeria, not that we are so united though. One thing about what I discover about Nigerians across everywhere is that we put our gain before sentiments and emotion. Even if I don't like you, if I go make profit from you, I go put that one for corner first. We will make money. But a lot of times, most of these other people put sentiment and emotion first. They put sentiment why do Nigerians travel everywhere? There's a common saying that if you go to a place and a Nigerian is not there, there's
Welcome,
not.
my brother Kazi. Sorry to cut you, sir. Welcome.
Yes.
All right, boss. Thank you.
My brother, how
Okay.
you doing? Okay, I'll wrap it up so that he can also. So
Okay.
it's not that we are so super united. It's just that our priority is gain, profit, prosperity. So even if I don't like you, even if I don't like your tribe, if marrying from your tribe will make my life better, I go for Sham. So that is the big difference I personally see. you know. And number two, because of the way Nigeria is structured, with they put a bunch of people, a bunch of kingdoms that did not look alike, that don't speak alike together. We had to survive. We had to fight against each other daily to survive. So now, what happened in Nigeria is that the Igbos were the most business-like. You understand? And then the outside. So you discover that what's happening in Nigeria is everybody is benefiting from the good of every tribe.
Hmm.
And which is the way I want to see America. Like whatever is good in every nation, we harness it and everybody imbibes it. So that's the big difference between Nigeria and most others, is that we are not sentimental when it comes to making money. And that is why you see a lot of Nigerians collaborate a lot, and that's why you see a lot of them when they have made it, they will lift another younger one together with them. And so, but that brother is right. The colonialism and slavery has won as long as we stay divided, which is the goal, because down the road they picked some to become the masters of some, and those ones they picked feel like, yes, special privilege. So I very much agree with that brother. you know
Okay.
I just hope that we can become less emotional, less we can prioritize, because even we Nigerians, you get where we not they trust each other. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's all
Hey,
I got to say there, if that makes
hey,
sense.
brother Kazi, what do you have to say about this one?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Good evening. My name is Casey. Actually, my name is Sheon, but that's my nickname anyway, Casey. Also calling from New York, right here in the US.
Okay,
How are
you
you,
are
my
most
brother?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm in Texas. I'm
Uh,
rolling. Yeah.
So what makes me to even want to contribute to this issue? Just like what you said, we Nigerians, I think we do good.
Oh, has he lost
Hello,
connection?
hello, my brother. You are on. My brother Kazi.
We have this issue of Igbo and Iban now. If it is from
Okay.
like it was years back, probably we wouldn't have married because this thing would have like related to something else. You understand what I mean? But it's because we are outside the country now, and many things that people back home don't know. The love Nigerian has for each other outside country is extreme.
Yes.
And, and I was like, because I've never been a tribal person anyway. I used to like love my country as a whole. And I don't judge people by tribe. I judge you by your character, just like you said earlier. You know, I fortunate to live in a country called Kuwait one time in my life, and could you believe that most of my friends, like most of my good people there, they are Ghanaians. Like I love these people so much. In short, if not for one thing, I would have married a Ghanaian because they, in fact, those ladies really sacrificed their life for me. And just because I I have my girlfriend for a very long time and the commitment. I'm talking about 15 years back now. The
Yeah.
commitment and everything. I just have to tell you that I have a girlfriend that I committed to back home. Just to let you know how good Nigerians and Ghanaians have always been. I've never had issue with Ghanaians before until just of this. I mean, in fact, when I began to hear these things from the internet, I was like, is this? I was like, this thing real or something? Or people are just trying to catch cruise with it. No. But it began to get like grow up to lessons that the hatred was like, what is going on? And even yet, Ghanaians outside don't see it the way Ghanaians inside see it, you know. But at some point, I begin to enter into some one or two podcasts. I mean, on YouTube, and I used to see. I knew that there are some Ghanaian community even abroad have this. I mean, it's like they have been harboring this so much hatred. Just like you are pretending in your face, and they are harboring so much hatred in their mind to Nigerians. And I was like, there was a people I used to talk to. Like I was like, well, I thought you guys. I mean, we are cool, but the way they used to say things now, is like we are just trying to manage people. People, come on, you are outside the country, and I believe you should be more enlightened than people back home. There are things that that without Nigerians, without Nigerians, in abroad, yes, you can't do it. There are things that you know because Nigerians have stepped their feet into that. On those states, and they have opened the way for many Africans who are coming up to this country. You know, they just make So that now brings me to the point that like you said, we may see that Ghanaians have, are home. They are the one who is pushing this thing. But I will tell you, no. Many Ghanaians abroad pour this hatred into the Ghanaians back home because of probably maybe they have one issue with one Nigerian or so. They now pour it to one of and I know this thing. It generates once you say one thing to somebody, to another person. Before you know, people without even finding their own. I'm making their own research on it. They begin to carry a bad rumor. Just like I used to watch TJ. When you talk to Nigerian, people will say when an Nigerian is Nigerian, but when you talk Nigerian, you speak different on like what people are used to say about Nigerians. You understand? So that is how this thing has always been. Because you project a bad thing to people's mind. I mean, there's nothing wrong if Omah Lay comes to Ghana. And I used to say to one of my friends, he tried to also be going to meet music. See, Nigerians, it's not like we, Nigerians don't close door on people. Once we open the door, we want everybody to come in. It just depends on how fast you can run to make the door, because the door may not be long there for it to be open. I don't think you get what I mean by that. Sometimes there's an opportunity that is just on a quick thing. So depending on how fast you can run to meet with the door before the door shuts. But many Africans don't take risks. And that is where Nigerian is so different. Nigerians, especially, I give it up to my Igbo brothers, they take lot of risks. And when they open this door, many of Nigerians also follow, because why? We see them as people who can take the risk and we follow. So this is how Nigerian rolls. We don't like to close things. We try to bring people in, but I don't know this hatred to Nigerians of this of current. In fact, it bothers me, because now when here in New York now, we have a lot of Africans. I'm sure my brother, that in New York, a lot of Africans in New York now. If I see an African brother around now, I fear, because I don't know what to get from them, because the level of hatred now make me feel these people can even harm me, or they can even like put me into trouble. Which is something before, it's not like that before. And that's how they have made some of us Nigerians now look like. In short, I'm not gonna lie to you now. Even here in abroad now, the division is now getting here now, because before, we roll with Africans, we roll with especially Ghanaians, because we speak English and we mostly look alike anyway. So we roll together. But now, because of what is happening back home now, few of us now, because I'm somebody like me, I don't have that mind. when I begin to smell hatred, around me, I just try to move. So the circle of my Ghanaian friends now is been reducing little by little, because why? I fear for my life, because I've got some of them saying something about us, even without even we thinking that we are being open-minded to them. But like I say, they are harboring some things in their mind about us for years, for a long time. Nigeria we catch cool with me, see something like a joke or something before, they take it as something serious. And before you know, they started having some bad energy around you. This is where we are. This level that we are now. So, my brother, I concur with you, but just to let you know, you know, because you say maybe the people abroad are supposed to. No, 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 no. I have a lot of people here in abroad here, especially let me talk of where I am in New York here, that have been passing bad message. I said I have bumped into one of their podcasts on YouTube, not knowing that was me. And I see people that I know from that live like this, and they are saying bad thing about Nigeria. And believe me, many Ghanaians are on that stream back home, and they are hearing most of these things. So what do you expect? Mean that Nigerians are abroad, we are keeping their brothers right. We don't give them. Meanwhile, most of them, what they are doing currently here in America now, the that give them the way. So you can see. So I don't want us to be putting the image that people back home, especially the Ghanaians back home, because I know that Ghanaians are very lovely. I used to visit Ghana when I was back in Africa. They are very lovely people, but suddenly somebody from somewhere, for some places, might have forced some bad energy in them for them to be doing this kind of thing they are doing. This thing is just not just something that is normal. I can sincerely say it's not just normal. You can't just wake up and say they just want to get in. Somebody bring up something to them, and before you know, begin to generate this evil awakening that started. I don't think that should be the reason for this mess, because now it is not generated to everything, from Nollywood to music to fashion to now in fact the commission is not like, if it is not Nigerian, it must be Ghana. South African is even now out of the way now, before Nigerian and South Africa now. You don't even hear about South African about Nigerian South Africa. It's not Nigerian and Ghana. I was like, we supposed to even stay together, because we are from the Western Africans. I've lived in South Africa before. I can tell you categorically, bro. Those guys don't like Western Africans. Don't let us deceive ourselves. Those Southern Africans guys, not South African. I'm talking about from Botswana, aside from Zimbabwe, because Zimbabwe too, and they still have some sense. But you see, all those Western Africans like Botswana, like, they don't like us. We don't see. We don't need to pretend. We pretend too much, and that's why we believe that things are okay. Things are not okay. It's time for us to start speaking up. Where we need to make this thing, need to make we from the ECOWAS, we need to start loving ourselves first because it is all about us. Let me be said to you. I've lived about 18 countries, if I must say to you. Not visit, live there. A year, I mean, the one I live list is 1 year. So I can tell the hatred for, not even for Nigeria alone. It's only because many of them don't really know much about Ghanaians' name. They see Ghanaians as even Nigerian before they see Nigerian first before they see Ghana. So anything that happens, even if it is Ghanaian community, they believe that it's a Nigerian first. Just somebody to know that this is Ghana community. So anything from Western Africans, I don't know why they see that out as if maybe we are from different continents across the whole Africans, but they see us as different. So I want us to start believing that, see, if it is not, ECOWAS, it is nothing. We have to love our. I used to tell my friends here, see, we ECOWAS, we need to come together and love ourselves first because it's like the hatred is not about Nigerian. In case you people don't know, it's not about Nigeria, and that's why Zimbabwe has specifically singled out from Southern Africans because why they feel they are like us. Even looking at them, they look like us anyway. So they feel they are like us. So the hatred is not about us, Nigerian alone. It's about Western African. And I was so shocked when we Western African begin to now bantering, hating on each other. It shouldn't be. This is supposed to be having sense for us because this thing I'm saying is not about only me. More of us know about it. This thing for a very long time. But because we don't have the platform to talk, or maybe because we don't see it as a problem. But now we begin to generate that this is a problem. So we need to start working on it. So that's just little I have to contribute because I know there are other people that still want to talk in empty. But I just want to always touch on it because see, no matter how we say Pan African, we ECOWAS countries first, we have to start looking at ourselves first. Let's believe it or not. It is more important for us now because me, I say to my friends now, see, whatever I want to do now, because this African is like is dividing. I don't know, maybe they will still divide us into different continents in years to come. I don't know. But the hatred that we are getting from Southern Africa, especially their Oga, their top, which is the South African. Botswana too. Don't think they like us. I live there. I live in Lesotho. So those guys, the hatred to this Western African is massive. Is massive, and I must let you know, is massive. So if there's any way you guys can begin to let us know, to let the Western African know that the unity among us is more vital because those, in some little way, yeah, maybe their country and my brother and ours, like the Ghana, there, they have a big city that, because their country is not that too big, so good, but the little they have is a very beautiful place. So they see us that we here, we are more corrupt than them, which is known because I work in their government, so I know how things are. But I don't want to say much on that because there are lots of things to touch on those ones. But let's talk about just the basics that the love we have to share between ourselves is supposed to be starting from the working African first. That love, we need to grow it. Either we are francophone or we are anglophone, whatever. That love between ourselves first, we need to grow it, and that is one thing I'm enjoying about Traore. So thank you. Let me just stop there. Let other people continue contribute and brother by still coming later. Thank you, Mr. DJ. And you're doing a good job. I would say you are doing a good job because you are one of the people I love so much. I started following you not too long, maybe like 3 or 2 months ago. But to be sincere, I'm really, really enjoying your work. You are really doing a good job. But please put in more effort. You and True Talker, that guy, and you guys are really done well. I'm so grateful for you. To speak with you finally for the first time. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for the feedback. I do not take it for granted. Dr. Roland is here. We have Kizi. We have Suleiman. I think one person is here. Can the person introduce himself? I think there's a fourth person. Hello. Hello. Can we call you in? There's a fourth person.
I think I'm the fourth person.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's carry on with whatever he said. Let's situate it to whatever he said. Does any one of us has or have something to add up?
There is nothing to add. There's nothing to add. He has said everything, and everything he said is completely true. I've had my own fair share of experience, both good and bad with Ghanaians. I'll tell you, here in Finland where I live, the first job I got was made possible by a Ghanaian, and I don't take it for granted. You know. However, on the flip side, the first trouble I had was facilitated by a Ghanaian. You understand? That's to tell you that in every society you have both good and bad people. You understand? But the problem I have with the Ghanaian that put me in trouble is that I did not offend you. I didn't do anything to you. Just because you have a perception already in mind that this person is a Nigerian and this person must, or rather, how do I put it? You have a perception already about a certain class or certain population or demography. So, therefore, you needed to show your animosity towards that person. And I don't want to expound on it because although I know I explained it several times, you understand that a Ghanaian lady put me in trouble in this country. And it wasn't that she had seen me before. It was from back home in Nigeria. I had delay with my visa issues when I was coming to this country years ago. So I was attending classes online. Something happened and this girl went to report me to the authorities. Thank God it didn't affect me. I eventually got here. You understand?
Yeah.
So it tells you the power of perception. Perception is reality in the minds of the perceiver. That is why when the previous speaker was talking about the how people became the way they are, and started spewing jabs at Nigerians. The problem is, I told you earlier, what the media minders of Ghana have done, it will take years to correct. Unfortunately, I don't have good news. You can never correct those wrongs. You can never. Those videos are on YouTube. If you search now, you see hundreds, not tens, hundreds of them. From Sammy Flood to Joe Sheldon to Bulldog to Omele Salvador to DJ Foley, name it. There are too numerous to mention. Those videos are on YouTube now. If you just Google Ghana, Nigeria, you will see tons of videos on YouTube. So you think in Nigeria will be watching those things and will feel good about Ghanaians? No, they will not. They will not. Nobody will sit back and watch his country being disparaged. I'll be happy to associate with those people who throw jabs at his country at every single opportunity. So the thing is, I hope that those people sleep well now. I hope that they have achieved what they farmed for, because these people farmed engagement, and they got it. They got it. If you remember, the means through which those major YouTubers in Ghana got serious engagement was because they were throwing jabs at Nigeria. Simple. The chief heads of them all, Sammy Flex, Kojo Feldman, and a host of others, plenty of them. And you think that they don't have audience? They have audience. And these things that they have done have bred and inculcated, bad blood. Because they have always, used emotions in their narrative. Say we taught them this, now they have left us behind. They are not carrying us along. And you as a Nigerian, you listen to those things and you think, no country owes anybody one success. No, nobody in this world, no, apart from Ghana and Cameroon for no country in the world have I ever heard say such kind of things. Ghana, we taught them this, we taught them that, we taught them fashion, we taught them the Kola came to learn from here. Flavor was sleeping in one shop in Accra. And Flavor is hearing this. And Burna Boy is hearing that when his career died, it was Shotawale that revived it. R2B's blew up this kid. You think they are not hearing all these things? And when you say all those things, it becomes the gospel in the minds of the Ghanaians. So when they come out, they talk all these things, they spread it, it has become the gospel. And you think Nigerians are not listening, we don't have emotions. We're not stones now. So it's unfortunately, I don't have good news. It's going to be very difficult to erase these things in the minds of Nigerians.
Thank you for your feedback. Guys, we'll round up soon. We have some few minutes in the next 10 minutes, but we need to listen to the opinions of people. I'll be doing this more often. This should have been continuous. The live session should have been continuous until I had malaria, and then I needed to take time to heal. Okay, now my final question to the three of us. Dr. Roland stand is that there are some relationships from Africa, especially Nigeria and Ghana, which are wholesome, and you should vibe with whoever you think gives you that energy. Mr. Kizzy is saying that before it was worthwhile, Ghana and Nigeria were doing great, but recently there's been this hate bringing up, and there's coming up, sorry. And then like Abdul Suleiman just said, it's not easy for all the things that have been said. Social media is big and it's still there. Once you Google, you still find it, and it will take years to remedy the situation. My final question to each and everyone, and I want us to take turns to start. I think Dr. Roland is here to speak, so he will take the first bite. The relationship. When I was growing up, it was great. I only saw the footballing, banter, which was quite interesting. It was very, very, it was very, very interesting. That's the best word I can use now. But currently, that bantering has spread across everything. So from my country, that's what I see and how I see it. Ghana banter Nigeria because they feel that everything is a competition. Okay. My final question, can this bond be fixed, or we will need a next generation of elites who will see that we need the relationship back and we need to do everything possible to fix it? Because fortunately, I know some of the industry players. I look at them and trust me, the neck pressing bantering thing is going to go on. So far as they can make $3,000, $5,000 from the artist, it's still going to go on. What are your final takes on that?
Hi everyone. Let me I remember in the 80s, before Ghana must go. I've been alive a few years. Before Ghana must go, my uncle employed a lot of Ghanaians. They were doing this kalo machine, these slots. You know, even when Ghana must go happened, my uncle did everything he could to keep them there. You know, now since the advent of the internet, news, everybody is a broadcaster, everybody is a journalist, and so news flies very fast. And I remember when I first started really engaging on the internet, I started disabusing people's minds when they thought Ghana must go was the beginning of the whole thing. I was one of the people. I remember, I'm with a bunch of other people too, that took their mind back to the 60s. And the first one that happened in 1950 something, before, how Nigeria must go really destroyed a lot of individual Nigerian economy. So I say that to say this, that most of the wave we have now is from a bunch of people who do not know history. That's number one. Then number two, people who just want to catch cruise. Then number three, content creators who just want to get there because Nigeria, Ghana, banter, man, everybody will click. They just want to get views, but they don't know the harm they are doing. I spoke about Pan-Africanism. Yes, and the first person that spoke before the last one spoke about West Africa. Yes, let me just coin that Pan-West Africanism. And it goes back to what I said that, okay, just like all of us right now, if all of us start building a relationship together, whether Ghana amongst let me use the word good Ghanaians and good Nigerians that have this mindset, you discover that we have built our niche. That niche is what will now grow and grow and grow, just like the negative niches have brought us here. Yes, there's no doubt that Nigerians, we are very giving. We are very giving. We are very free, and we can even catch cruise. We can tease each other. We don't take it personal. We're not emotional or sensitive. We just do the thing and waka. You know what I mean? Because what brought us together, it's like that. There's that DNA in us that what brought us together, what we gain from each other is more than, So more often than not, we galvanize our strengths. Yes, there's a lot that other people can learn, and so, yes, to your question, it can be healed. It starts from this kind of platforms, just like every ill in America, in Africa, from colonialism, or like in the US here, from slavery or our governments. It starts from a few good people doing something. It might just be this talking, also talking, brainstorming, and God has a way of galvanizing it, and then before you know it, our voice becomes very loud. So yes, it can be healed, and I would say it starts from us. Yes, it starts from us. Maybe if you want to have a niche for your stream, for just this kind of discussion between the two countries, because I still say it, um, we come from we have more common history before colonialism, before Ghana and Nigeria were formed. If we go back to all that, if we go back to how the Gadangbe people went through Benin and went through, the south west of Nigeria, and as they were moving, they were dropping people. If you go to Ghana now, there are some people who trace their origin to Nigeria. So if we go back to those older relationships before the countries were split by the Berlin Conference, I'm sure we can start a healing. And then, however, we come across these folks, I call it childishness, children who banter and take it seriously. Yes, like I said before, we need. I'll wrap it up like this: we need some adults in Ghana, because when that deal happened with Black Sheriff joining a bunch of old or some of those old artists, play Ghana only, no more Nigeria. It was just Nigeria they were against. They were still playing American music, you know. So we need some mature people in Ghana to begin to address this. Just like I always say that just like the issue we're having in Nigeria now, pardon me to use that. And my take is, if the Muslims can address the ill that make terrorism start within their caucus, if they can address it, so if some adult Ghanaians can rise up in the room, you know, when I say adult, you're an adult, but I mean some of them who have been there, you know, because you see Nigerians, see Don Jazzy, for example. All of us know that he doesn't sing well. But hey, he has produced many people. That's who we are. So instead of all this jealousy that leads to hatred, Nigeria not send anybody. That is our attitude. If you want to roll with us, we'll roll with you. If you don't want to roll with us, we'll fast you and keep going. Like my brother said, I'll cap it up like this. Like my brother said, we open the door. If you run, enter, make it run, enter. So we can do it and we can start it. Any platform we get, we give them our 50 cents. And then, you know, that's pretty much, we can do it because some of us are already doing it. And I like the fact that my brother says something about West Africa, because majority of the southern part of West Africa, we are very related by blood. We can trace it up to 10, 20 generations back. We are very related. That's all I got to say. Thank you.
Okay, to the next one. Your opinions.
Can I go?
Yes, you can. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dr. Rolly. I like your optimism. It's a very good place to start from. Now, you made mention of something very critical. You said if the adults can come together at a round table and have sincere discussions. Now, the reason you said that is because you're an adult and you know that it is the position of adults to fix things. Now, but this problem you also realize it is caused by adults. Same adults who should measure their emotions. I'm sorry, but I have to be brash here. If somebody supposedly in his 50s, somebody like Andy Buffy would come on online on a national radio and spew diatribe. Somebody like Sammy Flock in his 40s, you know, and some older people, like the man who said that they taught us how to play football. That should tell you one thing. It tells you that these people are resolute, you know, because when you have a problem, the first thing you do is to diagnose. Okay, what's the reason? Why are these people doing these things? Why are these people acting like this? There must be a trigger. Okay, maybe so many people have done things that's making these people act like this. But in an unprovoked in a situation that is unprovoked, and you hear people saying all these things, it means therefore that it's coming from a place of jealousy and hate. Simple. Now, we have a few people who are, you know, quite fair-minded. The person we are talking to here is one of them. That's TJ. Ruthless is another one. You know, you have quite a number of them like that. You see them on TikTok, they come out, they tell you that this thing people are doing is dangerous. Look, it is more expensive. It is more dangerous, more expensive, harder, more difficult to hate than to love. But people rather choose the harder path. You understand? You had a relationship ongoing. Everybody was enjoying it. But perhaps because you just felt that somebody went ahead or went, grew bigger, and you now pitched competition against that person. Unfortunately, you could not match up. Then for years, you keep doing content on a daily basis. If you don't know, sir, let me let you know. I have been following Ghanaian media space for 7 years, and of those 7 years, there's no single day they don't come out to, you know, spew out negative narratives about Nigeria. No day, no day. So it's more like there is a deliberate agenda to tarnish the image of Nigeria. You understand? Yes, truthfully speaking, there was a time where, when people associated scam and all that to the name of Nigeria. But over time, when you mention Nigeria, you talk about Afrobeat, you talk of fashion, you talk of food. but in spite of the fact that the narrative has changed, what these people have harped on is what is the reality in their minds. And they don't want to let go of it. Olosho must go, Scammers must go, and all sorts of, disparaging remarks. So yes, I've never learned hate in my life. I'm over 40. But I came to know hate when I moved away from Nigeria. You understand? I met other Africans here abroad. The first one I met, my first experience with hate was with Cameroonians. They were trying to match up. You understand? There's this air of insecurity that they feel when they see you as a Nigerian. And I was surprised. I'm a very innocent man. You get? Then that of Ghanaians too. So just like the earlier speaker said, then you don't start to mind your business. You know, be careful so that you don't rock the boat. And self-preservation is not a cost. You don't have to prevent yourself from running into wahala. It's as simple as that. But what you have said, I like, because if if peaceful coexistence can come in, why not? Why not? But are you going to eschew those hateful rhetoric that come your way? It's hard. We are human beings. We are emotional. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Suleiman Abdul Suleiman, for this one. Mr. Kizi, your opinion, finally.
All right, thank you. So the question is how? Sorry, can I get the question again? To try to rephrase it.
Yes, sir.
I mean the question again. Sorry, because I'm a bit covered. I'm going to do something.
Okay. The question is, okay, let me put it in brief. With all the harm that has been done, do we need a next generation of elite-minded young men and adults to realize that this bond should be carried on and needs not to be pushed away, to bridge the gap and to do the needful of clearing all these negative PR? Or the current generation needs to rebuff and rethink and do the needful as soon as possible?
Okay, all right. So my straight answer is yes, we need. Okay, but I will say that we need much of that from the Ghanaian aspect. You understand? Because I can tell you sincerely that Nigerians don't hate Ghana. All these things I've seen online, Nigerians, we are just like catching cruise with banks, you know. Nigerians catch cruise with look at what happened in Nigeria of recent with one of our minister, with one of our soldiers, and we are not getting, we've turned it into making money things, a lot of coins to use online. So that's what Nigerians are. I grew up knowing Nigerian Ghanaians bank only on football. And even at that, when Ghana is playing, we still support them, even with the fact that we are still banking them when they are still playing, because we want Nigeria and Ghana to meet in final. That is how we roll with Ghana. We may not, when it comes to football, we may do that, but we still support them. Like we wait till final before we now separate that support. That's how we roll. Okay. But so I don't think anything has to do with collecting from Nigerian aspect. To be fair with you, because I don't. Many of Nigerians that I have met, we talk about it in the 90s. So they don't even see it as a problem. Just say, is that thing a problem? They don't even see it as if it's a problem. Like the way you guys in Ghana pick it, like even that Igbo of it is. I see mention of my Igbo friend. They say, that thing is still, still alive. The person I just banter. No, it's really, they don't even know it, because you don't take it as something serious. You just see that, oh, it's a noise that's gone, everything. That's just how it is. And that's what Nigerian rules. You get it. So I feel, see, you guys, I think you and Ruthless and any others who are, like the other man said, the matured ones, have to really come out to, kill this narrative because, like my brother said, this thing is something that is not going to go down anytime soon. Trust me, the damage has been done for a very long time and it's still there. People still connect to it. And even in this current thing that we're talking about, some of your guys, the big ones, the big names, still come online to still come and, you know, which other station I used to, there's this guy to watch there, but three of these guys, I don't know their, I don't put name of people on my head anyway. But there are these three guys, anytime I fortunately bump into their YouTube page, you know, all I keep hearing is Nigerian band. Come on, can't you guys just say something good about Nigerian for once? Is that how bad Nigerians are? Like you get what I'm saying now? So that's that. So these things has to be done by people. Probably you have to call some conference call among you influencer, among you YouTubers, There are this narrative that they are damaging relationship every day. People will not come to your page, trust me, because why? You are doing the amendment job. People will go to their page because why? That is what they want to hear. The bad side of the Nigerians.
Mm,
You get it?
mm.
People will not come to your page because you are doing the amendment. Because I've even seen some people. I've heard a comment on one of these this your former girls. I mean, a lady friend. What's her name? Darlington or something. That somebody say is a. I mean, I think the person is a Ghanaian. They don't mind that fool. He's making Nigerian hard. I mean, hard. He's a Ghanaian. You get, but because you're always like talking good about Nigerians, so that's how people will see you. They believe you are just there just to maybe make Nigeria hard, but they don't know the job you are doing. This is how things are supposed to be done between Africans.
Mm.
Any opportunity I have, I talk to people, I let them know that see, we have to start loving ourselves, no matter what. We are
Sorry
coming
to
to America.
sorry to cut you. Let's welcome on board our sister Queen Best. She would have a say after your narrative. Let's go on.
All right, so let me quickly. So so that's what I'm saying that the most of the job has to be done from Ghanaians. I know if the Ghanaians do the job, Nigerians will follow. We don't really have. You see, the young people that are talking about Nigerians is because they are just making money from it. The young people that are talking about, they're just making money from it. They don't really have anything like things to hold against you guys. So if the Ghanaians begin to do the job, I'm sure the Nigerians will just follow suit straight away. We don't have that. I mean, there was this thing that I was talking to somebody to. I mean, about this Ghanaians. I said, okay, you are competing Nigerians over Grammy in Americans here on radio stations. They play Nigerian music. I've never for one day hear a Ghanaian music on radio station in American here. And you think this is how your popularity of Shatawale or any other thing you're calling is? No. Shatawale is popular only in Ghana and probably in few African countries. If they cannot play your music on radio station in foreign countries, I live in London for years. They play the jam music on radio station, not like a party or radio stations. If you come to clubs, the jam music are always there. You go to bars, there are some jams that you always hear. I'm listening to, and you like, oh, that's my country. That's my, because you're a Nigerian, you probably say, oh, that's my country. I've never, I love Ghanaian beats. Maybe because I don't know, maybe because they use language to sing it to that, but I don't know really. But once I just know that your music is not that global, like you have it in your head. It's not. It's just within Ghanaians, maybe Nigerians too that vibe between or some Africans. But when I talk about even in Southern African, bro, I lived there for years. I've never. I think it's just few times we hear playing Ghanaian music, even in South African. It's always Nigerian, Nigerian music. And you think you want to compete with Nigerian with music? Come to Jamaica. I lived in Jamaica for 2 years. Bro, Nigerian, especially Burna Boy, is like a king there. And you are competing with Nigerian with Grammy. I don't understand this. The argument. But you guys have to just do the job from your side. When you do the job from your side, Nigerian will follow. We don't have a problem. I believe. We don't have a problem. So thank you very much, and have a good day, Mr. TJ, and I hope to speak with you again.
Okay,
So let's be
Quinn.
next. But thank you.
Okay, Quinn. I don't know if you followed what we were discussing. Welcome. I don't know if you want to add your 2 cents to it.
The only thing I just have to say is, I think, as at this point, for me, Nigerians, I think we're okay. We're okay. Anybody that is not uh, happy with the way we live our life, we can't change. Nigerians are loud. We have agreed that we are loud. They are noisemakers. We are noisemakers. They are proud people, very proud. We don't like to make other people grow. We gatekeep. We are selfish. We've said yes. So I don't think there is any other thing. As that now, it's just for us now to be ourselves. Be prideful in what we are doing. What is going on now on social media is Burna Boy's attack on his fan, or talking to the fan for sleeping on him. And generally, we all know, even if you're a preacher and somebody is sleeping in front of you while you're preaching, it will weaken you. There's no two ways about it. It will just make you feel like, am I not doing the right thing? These people, the cheering, even pastors, preach pastor, yes, pastor, hallelujah. Those are the things that boost them to want to do more. Hey, Then another person is now sleeping. Did he handle it well? I would say no. He probably did not. Because over here in America, they like that empathy. They want you to feel, are you okay? Is she all right? Or probably send one of his team to go and check on him. But in your Ghana YouTube, this thing that Burna Boy has done, Jesus, the way they are taking it right now. But Nigerians, we don't think that way. Even if our Nigerian YouTubers now are speaking against it, under there you will see division. They won't just run with it because we don't believe in brainwashing somebody or manipulating somebody. One person among the 10, one person will get sense. And then another person will now follow that sensible person. But in your own case, in Ghanaians YouTube, once there is I don't know whether they have a WhatsApp group. Once there is a topic, bam, everybody is running with that. Everybody is going in that direction. Everyone is running in that direction. everyone. There will be no one that will want to counter it. The new one now is that one king man or the one king media, whatever thing they call their name.
Yeah.
The other bigger guy there used to have a little sense, but now I think that sense is going away.
Hmm.
I think he became complacent. He doesn't understand anything anymore. He used to fight them, even when they want to ask him, they will say, let's ask our Nigerian brother. But that thing is going off him now. I think he does. Since Chatawale did what he did, I think he thought Shatawale is already global. I think so. So who do you want to trust? You want to trust that guy that has been speaking well. I think he has visited Nigeria before. I think he speaks very well. But all of the sudden, maybe the praises Nigerians used to give to him now is shifting. Can you imagine that Davido was nominated and you people are your media is attributing it to Ananzo? So the other 4 nomination he had before this one, who helped him? Ananzo too? So sometimes it's just surprising the way your media thinks. It's just sometimes surprising. So to me, I think we are good. People say you're a thief and you say, I'm not a thief, I'm not a thief. Okay, I'm a thief. Let me accept it so that we move to another chapter. But time will tell. It's just time. And then concerning your question, whether the new generation, I don't think so. Even the new generation, they are the worst because in your country, they don't even read. They don't even know anything. The history is gone. The history is gone because I keep asking people, if you guys now say jollof rice, Ghana jollof rice, it's funny because you, TJ, at your age now, when you were growing up in your house, were they cooking jollof rice? That's where you judge it from. Which one is my native food and which one is a borrowed one? As you were growing up, your mom, your dad, your sisters, your aunties, was anything like jollof rice on a party time?
Rice and stew and chicken was the order of the day.
And watch your egg, beans, this thing. Because I have a friend that got married to somebody long time ago when I was still young. We didn't see jollof rice.
Not forgetting Banku, Dr. Roland's favorite, which I'm gonna do for him soon.
All of a sudden, jollof rice became Ghana jollof rice. Ghana, there is nothing they want to say. Even when they are speaking like TJ Pakorich, once he's talking, if he never coin in, look for a way and squeeze Ghana jollof rice, he has not started. And I'm sure his own mom cannot even cook jollof rice very well because the recipe is not for her. So at this point, I'm okay because at least now we are having some YouTube people from Nigeria. So I'm just okay, honestly speaking. I'm just okay with everything, anyhow they want it. By the grace of God, we will have some more, not those ones, not those Nigeria and Ghana that is speaking rubbish. Someday we will have, and you see how it is. They were fighting, and Daniel was speaking for Nigerians, and Nigerians were praising him. What about those ones over there? I've not seen them talk bad about those people. Why are you talking? Sometimes TJ Pakorich does it. I've never seen any of them come out. Even you, I've not seen you like say these people. Are you Nigerians at all? Ruthless does it. But the guy that he was even saying is Nigeria, I don't think that guy is Nigeria, Mr. Niger. I don't think he picked the name. I don't think he's really in Nigeria. Because his face is everything, because he uses filter a lot. Nobody knows whether he's dark or fair. So for now, I don't think we are just happy people. We are happy people, just happy people. And then people that don't like people that are happy, they will see us as noisemakers. They can call us any name they like to call us. As of now, I don't think any. Brothers, do you people care now at this point in time, at your age, at your time now, what anybody is talking about you guys? I don't care. For me, right now, I'm just moving on. I'm in Nigeria. I'm proudly one. But I make noise. Let me make noise. But I'm happy. Let me be happy. Anyhow, I say my thing. I just want to own my truth. That's all. And I'm proud of every one of them. There's a brother here that was talking something about our minister that had a confrontation. You might have seen it too in the internet. Had a confrontation with everybody is using it as a flex. Even when Donald Trump said he's coming to bomb, you didn't see what Nigerians are doing. They will carry Ghana flag and say, "Don't come to, if you're coming, come to this place. This is the country." And they will keep Nigerian flag and say, "This flag is not Nigerian flag." They look for everywhere to make themselves feel good. Because already in our country, we have a lot of things, the prices of rice, the prices of this. So if they start thinking about the prices of rice, they will die quick now. And then now they are talking about Rema, Abi, Omah Lay, headlining in your country. They forget that this thing is business. Whoever that is organizing that thing is organizing for his own money. He wants people, because this is dirty December. People come to Ghana.
Exactly.
Now, in our own country, Juma Juice, that is from East Africa, that got married to Priscilla, he's headlining Dirty December for the first time, that is trade market. He's doing it. And he's bringing his people from Tanzania. How many Nigerians? You want to tell me even our Zinoliski self can sing more than him, can perform more than him? I'm not boasting, but I know that. But maybe they have looked at it. Zinoliski might charge higher. He's the management might charge. And Juma Juice is there. I'm not saying he's not a good person, a good performer. But I know Nigeria. The man too wants to make business. He's the first person. Atalade's son. What's his name again? He's the first Dare Atalade. He's the one now that is first person to bring in East Africa. Before you know it now, and is Uganda. Before you know it, another, because this is his first this thing show. I know he owns Real House of Lagos, but it's an extension. So he will now say, because we have so many artists in Nigeria, I don't want them to hate my brand. Let me favor Nigeria. You want to tell me that there are no Nigerians there? But look at the advert they did for him. He's everywhere. Eh? So Nigerians now will now get angry. Before you know it, now it's Ghanaian that will get angry. Oh, they picked one person from East Africa when we have a lot of Ghana people. So at this point, CJ, me, I'm not even against anybody. Come and live your life. But me, I want to be happy in hearing the way they talk about Nigeria, bombard, so many negatives. Because if you're saying Nigerians are thief, this, that, fraud, I am a Nigerian. I know I'm not a fraudulent person. I know I'm not a thief. I'm not a liar. I'm not a noisemaker. I'm not a this. I'm not everything they are talking. I'm not an Olosho. I'm not everything they are talking about. And you want me to be happy? I check all my old household. Nobody is like that. And you want me to be happy? It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not just possible. But in all, time will prove. Afrobeat was struggling. In those days, over here in America, they will go to restaurants and put the flyers, and people, African restaurants, they don't even mind whether it's Senegalese, anybody, they will go and put it. They were not ashamed of it. Right? The internet started people. 2020, where there was COVID, that's when God gave that breakthrough. Hey, Afrobeat, yeah, Afrobeat, there, Afrobeat. They didn't know that we still have other hidden one. The Nollywood movie was there, but it came again on board during that COVID. Nigeria now took over TikTok. Started doing anything to portray. That's how we started showcasing what we have. We've been struggling to break even. That was our own even point. All this fashion you've been seeing, this fashion that Sierra attended is the 15th. So on this particular Lagos Fashion Week. This is the 15th section. Oh. But from the day 1 to the 14th, was it as loud as this? We were underground pushing. We were underground pushing it. Until God said it's our time. When did God say it was our time? Was it not this year when they did Nigerian Music Award and the African Music Award? And then God now made it possible. It now broke the same period they were doing their Met Gala here. And Ghanaian was doing their own. It now left for the judge people to now pick which one is better. And then groom, what they call prom girls, now started ordering their clothes from Nigeria. So it became a little bit easier when Sarah has been in Nigeria before 7 years ago for this same fashion. Who noticed it? Who knew she went there to Nigeria? So everything is time. So in this aspect too, time will tell. My prayer from now till tomorrow is just God to give us good governance. That's all. And someday he will answer us. I don't know how he's going to answer us because our youth are not even interested in politics anymore. So we will remain with those old people for a long time. I'm done talking.
Okay. Thank you for adding up, because you joined late. It was prudent for you to say a lot and then add your opinion. Before, I think you were mentioning something I have not touched on. Can you reiterate that one? You said I have not touched on something. Maybe I have not seen the topic, or I'm yet to.
Which one are you talking?
You mentioned some have touched, some YouTubers have touched on some topic.
He's
I am
talking
yet
about
to
the
add.
of Burna Boy.
Come again?
I can't remember that because I know I said that, but I can't remember what it says.
Go ahead. I think she was referring to calling out some Nigerians who speak ugly about Nigeria, especially when you have no facts buttressing it. I think that was where she said that Ruthless does it.
No, Ruthless does not speak ill of Nigeria.
No,
Yes, that's what I was talking about. PK Pakorish, sometimes he will call out those Nigerians, and then Ruthless does it sometimes, but I've not seen you do it. Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know, drawing my attention to it. I appreciate it. It's been an interesting one, but as at now, I want Suleiman to bear the final round of questions, to moderate the final round of questions. So Suleiman, senior.
I didn't quite get what you said now.
Okay, I said we are just about rounding up, but I would want you to moderate the final round of questions currently.
Well, I don't I don't have questions to ask. I'm here to answer questions. The thing is,
Okay.
let me just add my own bit.
Okay.
It's just like I've been saying. It's unfortunate that things have turned out the way they are right now, and thank God for people like you who are forced for positive vibes. There is need for education of the Ghanaian people. I'm sorry to say, but it's the truth. The need to moderate and modulate emotions is very, very necessary. If we can, okay, for instance, just look at one thing. I mentioned it to you when we're just the two on the live. If out of 54 countries in Africa, only one country is coming out online publicly on social media to complain about Grammys, that Grammy snubbed them, Grammy is rigged against them, Grammy only recognizes one country. What are they doing better than them? What have they not done? If one country, just one out of 54, is doing that, it speaks to something. You understand? Grammy, number one, Grammy is not your local awards. They have five slots for the five slots for the two categories, and you have 54 countries. You are not the only country that does music. Other countries do music. If out of 54 countries, you are the only one, in fact, not just 54 countries, if in the whole world, only one country came out to complain about Grammys, then there's a problem. The people have not been able to modulate their emotions. It's as simple as that. And before Nigeria started, before Nigerians started earning nominations, was there this complaint? Were you ever complaining about Grammys? No. So now let's wrap it up with the Omah Lay issue. It's rather unfortunate that some Ghanaians even mentioned it with their mouth, that if it was for international exposure, why did they not invite American musicians? It was Sika of One King Multimedia that said that, and Ruthless mentioned it in his video. Because the thing is, we should be very mindful of the things we say on air. A lot of people hear them. And unfortunately, it's a reflection of the majority of the people there, or rather, it creates a perception. And would you want to say the person who's perceiving is wrong? No. That's what that's what he receives. So there is need for modulation of our emotions. It's very important. If adults, just like Mr. Raleigh said earlier, would come together and sit at a table and talk to themselves, and still convince themselves that it is right for us to go on a tangent to block somebody's music in our country, then is it those same adults that you're expecting to come and sit down? They are who they are already. They are formed. They are above 18. They are formed. They have their bias. And until and unless we restructure the thinkings of our mind, there's no way forward, unfortunately. Omah Lay will have a good show in Ghana, and it will expose the program very well, because Omah Lay is an international superstar. The people who have beef with it should, go and lick a bag of salt. And, it's our hope that there is a united front for Africa. But unfortunately, I don't see it because of the way we behave. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your feedback as well. Before we go, I want to express my gratitude to Dr. Roland. Has added up, like I said, Benin City to my trip to Nigeria. I salute you, sir. I'm looking forward to the exposure. I've already researched quite a few about some tourists.
Sorry, TJ. Okay. Dr. Roland, are you Benin?
Where did he? Koyo.
No, I'm not Benin. Sorry.
I'm Benin. I'm from Benin. Yeah.
I'm out here actually.
Nagbia, 10 Bia, 11 Bia. Okay. Yeah. He told me he was going to Nigeria. I will be in Nigeria at that same time. So I told him, what, to come and visit the ancient kingdom. Make we show how we did done for that side. You know what I mean?
I wish to be in Nigeria in January.
Yeah, let's show him some love in Nigeria. Anybody who, let's show him some love, because most of these guys who show us some love and defend our image, you know what I mean? Koyo, it's well with you though.
Hold on, bro.
Yeah, one love.
Yeah.
I don't want to spill the beans, but I'm actually going to add up a birthday celebration for Doctor's honorable mom. So I'm going to do the video. I'm actually going to take care of the video production of the birthday for Doctor's mom. I actually expressed to do that. I requested to shoot that video since he's coming to add up to the family to celebrate the birthday. I said, okay, then I have to take care of the production. So I'm also looking forward to the Abuja one, and to everybody encouraging me. Senior Abdul Suleiman, and then for when I was sick, he was calling me, and then to Queen Best sent me. I actually had to quickly let Queen Best know that I'm indisposed, and he sent me a voice note wishing me speedy recovery. Thank you very much, Queen Best. I appreciate that one. I'm well, and like you saw, I did one today. I was even advised not to do anything today, but I said no, I'm going to do. But my resting period was for yesterday and today by the doctor. So tomorrow, I'm starting work here. And to everybody, thank you. I don't know if any one of you have a final say before we sign out.
Well, like I said, I would just like us to do good job on. You know, it is not going to be easy. Like my brother said, the damage has been done for a long time, but I believe I still have the strong because I know there's something that still have to that can still come up between the both countries. See, African is all about Nigeria and Ghana. You like it or not. Every other every others are just made makers. Even South Africans, they know African is all about Nigeria, number one, follow suit, South African two, then Ghana. With these three countries, once we are able to make it happen, every other African country will follow suit. So I just want to say you can do more. You can always, I mean, you have been doing well and you can always do more. And with your commitment and others like you, I believe someday the message will touch to the ground. Thank you. Regards to everybody and good night to all of my brothers in the house, my sister Queen too. Have a good
Okay.
night.
Thank you, Mr. Zil. I'll be doing tomorrow too. 6 p.m. Ghana time, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. So tomorrow we'll be here live again to discuss another pertinent issue. Thanks to each and everyone for joining. I appreciate everyone on this channel, and I do not take you all for granted. Thank you, Dr. Roland, a Pan-Africanist himself. Thank you, Daddy. I'm so much enthused. And then once again to Suleiman, Abdul Suleiman, and then Queen Best and Mr. Zil. Thank you. See you same time tomorrow. I salute you all.
All right. Hey guys, let's stay connected anyhow. Subscribe to each other, subscribe to you guys, because we don't know. I guess something we say in Bini and then a beer. Yeah, what beer. We don't know what thing tomorrow get for us, so that we can keep supporting this young man, and then who knows, we might link up one way or the other and be able to collaborate in different things. One love, y'all.
Okay,
All
sir.
right, thank you, brother.
Bye.
Thank you very much, brother. But
Sorry, everyone is
you have to
are
start to
you are in America? I mean, in US?
what brother. Don't
Hello?
Yeah,
hello.
are you talking to me?
Yeah,
Is everybody in US?
yeah. Can you tell me brother from
Yeah, because I'm in New York. That's what I'm asking. Everybody, because I heard my brother say from Texas. I just want to know, is
Yeah, I'm in
everybody?
Texas.
Oh, okay.
hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, but it's like the line is breaking somehow.
Okay, sorry. I'm talking about brother Med. I said not that sound good.
Queen, your it's like you're intermittent. We are not hearing you very well. Make you
Can
talk slow.
can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Am I?
There's a lot of
Okay, you are on, but it's breaking. So let me give you the liberty of 30 seconds. Just log out and come back. I'll add you again, request again, so that you can pass your
Okay.
final.
I don't have to work.
Sorry. Meanwhile, where's every other person from, please?
I'm Casey. I'm from Lagos, but I'm here in New York.
Okay. Nice to meet you, brother.
Same here. And I heard you say you're from Benin, and the other by Simon says from Auchi. Auchi is it known in Benin or Edo?
It's Edo, but it's not Edo North.
Can you see it now?
Yes, we can hear you. If you are listening to yourself, you can mute, or we can all mute and listen to her. We can all mute our microphones and listen to Queen Best.
Okay, guys. Okay, just that we have a sample. Okay. Maybe
I think she's trying to pass. I heard tidbits of it. She's trying to pass a mess. I think she says you have a WhatsApp group that if anyone wants to join, you can join. If I'm right, Queen.
She can just drop it to your link.
Okay. Okay, so Queen, kindly drop the link, or I will share Dr. Roland's number. You can drop the link in the comment section of the WhatsApp group, or I will share Dr. Roland's number with you, and then you can add him once he grants me permission. Mr. Zeal, I don't have contact, so let me pin my own. Let me pin Mr. Zeal. I'm pinning my contact in the comment section of the live video so that you can WhatsApp me, and then I'll add your number to Queen this week.
All right.
Okay, so I just pinned my contact.
Mr. Abdullahi, where, if I may ask, where are you from? I mean, where are you located?
Mr. Suleiman Abdullahi, I don't know if you are still with us or your mic is muted, but he's in Finland. That's all I know about him.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Anyway, it's a pleasure meeting everyone. I hope we gather more often, because it's a small world. I'm all about networking at this point in my life, Yeah. All right.
Okay, bye to everybody. Bye.